Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we'll discuss about histogram and chart. This is an important session of how to get a deeper knowledge about statistic data, especially descriptive statistic, and also to gives you a skill or an understanding about how to analyze the statistical data easily by using histogram and chart, using graphic analysis. Or in statistics, this is also known as graphic analysis. We will share to you an explanation, short explanation, and after that, we will have an example of how to analyze statistical data by using graphic analysis. Okay, let's start with the why that the statistical uh, why that the histogram and chart in statistics is very important. As you see that this is the basic of to analyze the statistical data and also to describe the data. That in statistic graphic analysis is the easiest way to understand statistic data. As you see that after this, you will use many statistical formulation to make an assessment of a lot of indicators in statistic. For example, we will use various formulation of how to make central tendency analysis, how to develop an analysis, and also how to understand whether our data can be categorized as normal or not. And graphic analysis also is the basic data analysis before we use all the statistic formulas. So before we use many kind of formulas, we will analyze the data by using graphic. We will use two kind of graphic, histogram and also chart. Graphic analysis also gives you the information of data normality. We will use what is the data normality when we discuss about the central tendency analysis, when we discuss about mean, median, and median, and also standard deviation, skewness and kurtosis, and etc. I will give you the information about data normality. So in the software for graphic analysis, there are many kinds of software, statistical package software to analyze data statistic, but mostly they use statistic formulation. Excel, for me, is the strongest or powerful software to develop graphic analysis. So when we still in the stage of using graphic analysis, it is better to employ Excel. But when we develop our analysis into statistic formulation, into make a conclusion about statistic, then we have to use other software, for example, SPSS, IFUSE, and etc. So to understand the statistical data, especially in Indonesia, we will use these three websites that provide you with many economic data, many business data in Indonesia. First is pps.co.id. It belongs to Indonesian Statistical Board or Badan Pusat Statistik. There are a lot of data in this website. This is the result of the annual census that conducted by this board, especially when we conduct national census every 10 years and economical census every 5 years in Indonesia. And then the second is bi.go.id. It belongs to Indonesian Central Bank. There are many monetary data and also economic data, for example, inflation, and then the exchange rate of rupiah to dollar and other currencies. Those are we can find those data from bi.go.id. Then the third is idx.co.id. This is it belongs to Indonesian Stock Exchange. or Indonesia PE, Bursa Efek Indonesia, there are a lot of company data, especially financial data, that you can get, you can download from this website. And also, I will give you an example of those website as our data resource. First, I give you the example of BPS, Badan Pusat Statistik Data, or Indonesian Statistical Board. In this website, you could get a lot of data. For example, data of Indonesia gross domestic product, or Indonesia we can call it PDB. As you see that this is our gross domestic product by economic sector. And also many statistical data we could gain from this website. For example, Indonesia export-import, and then the energy, the retail data, inflation, financial data, communication, and then a lot of different kinds of economic data. And also we can get agricultural data, the productivity of our primary sector, agricultural sector especially. This is, and I recommend you when we have, I will give you an assignment after this, that you analyze the data by graphic, and I'll give you an example. I recommend you to use, to visit Badan Pusat Statistik, bps.go.id, and download some of this data and use it to complete your assignment. After this is the first example, and then other example is that sorry, I have to turn this. And then after this is no. So this is the website of Indonesian Central Bank, be.go.id. We have an example of how to use histogram and chart in here. This is the data of Indonesian exchange rate, rupiah to dollar. As you see that in the last 3 days, there are downturn of our exchange rate from 40,480 rupiah to 14,420 rupiah. This shows that there is a downturn of our exchange rate, rupiah to dollar. This is an example of how to use histogram and chart. This is statistic data. As you see that this is the exchange rate, daily exchange rate, Indonesia rupiah to dollar. Okay. And now this is the ADX, Indonesian Bursa Efek Indonesia. This is the this is also we have an example of how to use histogram and chart. As you see that this is the composite of, or you see that this is the index of the ADX, and this is also the example of. And there are many company data in this website, and you could have the LQ45 index. You could also get the data of ITX13 index, ITX80, a lot of portfolio index in here. And you also could download every data of every companies that is listing in here. So I believe that this is also a good example of data sources, statistical data sources. Okay, I will back to Indonesian Statistical Board. Okay, I will back to Indonesian Statistical Board. I choose gross domestic product, Indonesia gross domestic product, and this is, I'll show you how to download statistical data from the website. This is the Badan Pusat Statistik, the Indonesian Statistical Board, and this is data that I would like to download. So just use this one, click this one, and you get this data. You can also get data by this is already shown in the website, but you may download this by just clicking the Excel box here, and after this you could open it. This is the result of the data that already, I'm sorry, I have to, this is the result of the data that I already downloaded. The data that I have downloaded from the Indonesian Statistical Board. So I already analyzed. I choose only this data. I choose only annual growth of gross domestic product in Indonesia in 2020. I will analyze this. So I have the Excel in here, and let's see. Let's just the tool, click the tool insert, and then choose this tool. Choose this one. Choose, for example, 3D column histogram. But first, you have to block the data that you would like to analyze, and then after that, choose what kind of histogram that you would like to use. For example, I will use 3D column. 3D column. So this is the easiest way to analyze the data. First, we have to change the title of the chart. Annual growth of Indonesian GDP sector in 2020. You see that the information shows you that information and communication is the highest sector, economic sector in Indonesia in 2020 that have the highest growth. And then the highest decrease is in, as you see, is in the company service, and also in the retail, and then also in manufacturing industry. It has the constructions also have the highest downturn, minus growth. There are only one from 15 economic sector in Indonesia. There are only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 economic sector which still have positive growth, while other have negative growth. That's why that in 2020 Indonesia have suffered economic contraction by only have minus 2.07% for the economic growth in 2020. But when you would like to have the value of each of the chart, you also could click the chart and then click the add data levels. There you are, you will have the value of each of the histogram. But if you would like the histogram to a different graphic, you could also use other graphic analysis. For example, you would like to use pie chart. This is the pie chart of Indonesian economic sector. 15 sector, and this every different colors shows the different condition of each sector. You could also add data level, so you could get the value of each of the pie chart. This is similar. This is exactly the same as the histogram chart. You can choose either you use histogram or you use chart as a way to analyze your statistical data. Okay. I will give you an assignment of this session that you will have to look for the data, to collect the data, but of course you could also download the data from 3 websites that I have recommend to you, and make an analysis of by using histogram, and you can choose either you use 3D pie chart, or you will still use the histogram. It's you could use, or you can use both of them, and then make a short analysis. For example, please give an explanation of which is the highest value of the histogram and the lowest value. Just that, information, simple information like that. Okay, I will see you in the next session. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.